My boy, what's up with you?
Share this content out as we kick it off.
Hey.
You
Right,
already
right,
know
right.
what's going on with you, man.
Man, can't call it. We a little early today. I got some things to do today. You know what I'm
Boy,
saying? I got to hit the road.
boy,
You
finna
know,
hit that field, ain't you?
yeah, man. We got to travel to Oklahoma.
Okay.
We got to travel to Oklahoma. So we getting the team got a bus, and yeah, man, we got to ride. So I got to go out there to meet the bus. Get out there. You know what I'm saying? So before I leave, got to do the father husband thing. Make sure the household is nice and chipper before I leave.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, what's going on with you today, my bro?
Oh man, just chilling, man. Another cold. I don't know, bro. It's like 35, 40 degrees in Atlanta, my boy.
Same
It's
here.
cold. It's supposed to be cold like all weekend, like the rest of the day. So I don't really do cold weather like that myself personally. So I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
knock
to
out
get.
whatever the wife want me to knock out, and then the rest of the day, bro, I'm just gonna sit at the house and chill, man. That cold weather kind of got me off guard. Supposed to go out later on the night for my homeboy birthday, but that cold weather,
Yeah,
might not
buddy.
make it.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't mind the cold, but not when it's been like 80 degrees, 70 degrees. Then you're going back. I'm like, ugh.
I'm
And it's like,
straight. I'm
yeah,
straight, man. What's going on in the world of sport, man? What we starting out with today, bro?
man. So let's talk trade so far, right? It's a lot NFL going on. The new season has started on Wednesday. Wednesday was the official first day of the new season, and that's when everything goes crazy. Monday was kind of the first day, like free agents were announced and trades and things, but nothing really official till Wednesday. The Bears traded away the number one pick to the Colts, right?
Yep.
What was it first round this year, second round? What? It was a lot. No, they traded to the Panthers.
Let me see.
The Panthers.
Let's see what the Panthers gave up. The Panthers
They
gave
gave
up a
up.
lot to move up.
I know they gave up
Um,
DJ Moore.
Yeah, now that kind of now that surprised me. Wasn't really expecting the player to be in the deal, but the fact that they were able to get DJ Moore and still get
And some
first
picks.
round this year, first round next year, and I think a first round in 2025 as well. So
Sheesh. That's a lot.
yeah, but who you think they're going up to get though? You're giving up all of that draft capital, and you're giving up the wide receiver who probably should be there to help. But who do you think that they would pick, or who would you choose if you're the Panthers?
If I'm the Panthers, I'm choosing probably CJ Stroud. I love AR, clearly. But I think with the skill sets of what they bring, you need a quarterback who has it all. You know what I'm saying? Who can do a little bit of everything, um, and build around that. Because yeah, Stroud, he can run if you need him to run. He got the arm, he has the power, the accuracy is amazing. Um, he's a winner. He has that grit, he has that fight. So those are things you look for. Um, but he's another Ohio State quarterback. So is it the system? Is it is it him? So we'll see. We haven't had one Ohio State quarterback who came in and has really lived up to the hype um, in a very, very long time.
That's true. I would definitely say Ohio State quarterbacks, man. When you think about them in the recent how Ohio State quarterbacks, it's like ooh,
I can't.
Cordell Jones, uh, Troy Smiths of the world,
Terrell
uh,
Pryor, like those
Terrell
are those
Pryor.
prime.
Yeah, it goes back to the project quarterbacks. But I think Justin Fields is a real quarterback. I think Justin Fields is actually somebody who can play. I just don't think they've given him the weapons and the tools around him.
He got
But
it
then
now.
again, seeing him in Atlanta, you really don't know if it's Fields or if it's the coaching staff because the play calling, us 3rd and 12, and they call them like quarterback draw plays and quarterback sneaks. And you like, damn, is it that you don't trust your quarterback? Or is it the fact that you don't really have the weapons outside you don't trust? But like you said, now he got Claypool, he got DJ Moore. I mean, I think they might be one of the best 1-2 combos at wide receiver, especially when you're talking about in the NFC. And you still got commit. You still got the wide receiver. They signed. Did they sign a running back?
Still got Mooney.
So they don't have no excuse. Justin will have no excuse at this point. I think he has the weapons outside to win. Can he throw in that wind? That's the question. In the wind, the literal wind itself blowing outside, can he throw in that? That's the issue for Justin Fields. So we'll see, man. You can have all the weapons in the world, but if you're not able to actually, say hit them weapons, what are we talking about?
It's gonna be interesting. So but yeah, they got a lot of draft capital, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with it. When they move up, move back, all that stuff. Another team that talking about moving up, your Atlanta Falcons, man.
Yeah, I woke up.
Moving up.
I woke up this morning. It might have been yesterday too. I seen it this morning. Say the Atlanta Falcons are talking with the Cardinals moving up. You will only give them the 8th pick this year and then 2 seconds. So a second this year and a second next year.
Sean, what's up with you, my guy?
What's up, Sean? What's going on? Sean, we got to bring you on, man. Let us know what you're getting ready to do with your next step, man, in school. We definitely.
Right. Hey, look, it's fun fact. Sean is about to go play for a coach that I played with in high school, Paul Crawford.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
No teammate?
Yeah, so Paul, remember we had Divine on here? He was a captain. Paul was a captain.
I remember that.
But yeah, Paul went to Christopher Newport, CNU legend and all that. He's the head coach now. And Sean just went up there. So, hey, man, great gig, man. Listen to the old head, man. I'm trying to get him on the show, see if he can come up here and talk with us.
That's what's up, man. Congrats, Sean, on the good senior season, my boy. We definitely appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man, this free agency, not free agency. This draft coming up. I think that they say that they wanted to go ahead and get the deal done before the draft. So I'm guessing the Falcons know who they want. But my thing is, if you know your guy and you know who you want, the Colts already know who they want. So the Panthers know who they want. They're moving up. Should you not be going to number 2? Because if you're going to number 3, you leaving the possibility of somebody else jumping in front of you.
The Texans number 2, right?
Yeah. So unless the Texans are saying, hey, we not trading, we know who we want, we're going to take Bryce or we're going to take CJ, either one of the two, then you're like, okay, I'm going to go for AR, or okay, I'm going to go for Will Anderson. Me personally, I think the Falcons are moving up to take a pass rusher. I don't think the Falcons are moving up to take a quarterback. I think they're going to roll with Desmond Ridder. I think they brought Tyler Heineke in as the backup. If you weren't going to roll with Desmond Ridder, would you not bring in that quarterback still and then let Ridder maybe be the backup? Why would you have, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to bring in Tyler Heineke and he's saying he's the backup to Ridder in the interview. And you're going to go out and draft another quarterback. Doesn't make sense. Me personally, I think the Falcons have missed on so many pass rushers. They want Will Anderson. They know Will Anderson is the bookend. The next 10 years, he's going to get those sacks. Or you're looking at a Jalen Carter. You could be looking at a Jalen Carter in that spot and saying that, hey, Jalen Carter is the best defensive player on the board. I understand you got the driving situation and, the reports about him leaving the scene. I think there's more to it about that situation. And I'm not just saying that as a Georgia fan. Well, yes, I am. I am a Georgia fan. Can't say that. But the accident officer that arrived, the arriving officer actually told this man to leave. So if the police officer gets there and it's an accident, he said, no, man, you good. You can leave. And then the investigators get there or the detectives get there and figure that, hey, this might be a little bit deeper. He need to come back. I'm not going to blame the kid for that. So, anywho, I'm going to get on my whole soapbox about Jalen Carter and the whole driving situation. I'm not going to do that. Then his pro day, him showing up at his pro day 9 pounds overweight, not being able to finish the drills. I didn't like that. But you got to you got a 19-year-old kid, man, who's dealing with jail time, possibly, consequences going on. They losing their friends in a car accident. It's a lot going on. So, I wouldn't hold that against him. If I'm the Falcons, I move up and take Jalen Carter at number 3. I don't think he's going to fall to 8. So
I don't know, bro. So here's a draft order, right? We have the number one pick, Panthers. They're getting a quarterback. Houston Texans most likely get a
Are they
quarterback.
giving court? Are they?
I believe they will. I believe that's going to be Bryce. Now, Cardinals. You see
But
who number
D'Amico,
4?
hold on, real quick. D'Amico Ryans is a defensive coach. I think he needs his Bobby Wagner. He needs his Joey Bosa. You're not gonna be able to build that team in San Francisco out here if you don't
Houston
have that
Texans
type
have
of
the number
defense.
12 pick. They have they got a lot of picks. They got the second pick in
I'm
the
with
second
you.
round.
I'm still, but
Now, only reason I say that realistically, Falcons trade them to get a quarterback because look who's comes after that. Now we know Bryce is Houston. We know that's pretty much set. Now the question is, I'm sure they did their research and I'm sure they made their phone calls. But hey, man, who y'all going after one? And they might say, look, hey, we're going. CJ's our guy. So you're like, cool, CJ's your guy. If I'm the Falcons and I want AR, I gotta move to 3 because if he goes to 4, the Colts gonna get him.
well,
If he goes,
what's stopping the Colts from going to 2?
if they want Bryce, then it's only it's.
Well,
It will
if they
only work.
want AR, if they want AR, they're gonna move up to 2,
But
and
that's
then the
only if.
Falcons will sitting there looking
But that's
stupid.
only if. I mean, that works in a sense if nobody else moves because you have Seattle who's right there who could be like, okay, we'll move back because we just signed Geno. We don't need anybody that bad. Like we have a lot of holes, right? So they can move their picks. So now you're risking. Like it's just a lot of what ifs when you do that. So when you're a team and you're like, yo, I know number 1 and number 2 picking quarterbacks. I gotta get to 3 before the Colts move up. Because if the Colts move up, then you know they're going after AR. I think it's just the race to get AR after the first 2 picks.
That's tough. When the Falcons need a pass rusher so bad,
They
and
do.
you're not going to get the best pass rusher in the draft at number 8. You're not. In my
But you
opinion.
might. But who's the best pass rusher you have? So you have
No,
Will
Jalen
Anderson.
Carter. Well, okay, put it like this:
No,
the
look,
best
but
defensive
defenders.
player. They need the best defensive player.
Yeah,
They need a
Jalen
defensive
Carter
player
who's available.
on every level. The Falcons
You
can
have
literally
Jalen
take a
Carter who's
cornerback.
available. You have the kid from
We got Jalen Carter, Will Anderson. You got the boy from Texas Tech, Wilson.
you got the dude from Iowa.
Yeah. And you got the
So
cornerback from Oregon, and you got the cornerback from Illinois.
well, I'm talking about D lineman pass rushers. You have 4 pass rushers who are all top 10, top 15 talents.
You're not going to get one at 8 because you got to think it's
Why?
3 quarterbacks. Because I can see a pass rusher going to the Cardinals. That's the first one off the board. I can see a pass rusher going to the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders are getting a DB. They're not getting a pass rush. We got pass rushers in. We got the Max.
Yeah, Max Crosby. That's it. Now put Jalen Carter beside Max Crosby.
I mean, yeah, but
okay. So if I'm Oakland,
I think we're still going. We're still going.
If Jalen Carter is still on the board and the Oakland Raiders pass him, that'll be crazy.
Well, that's the one thing. If he's there at 7, yes, but you don't move up to get him. If he falls to your lap at 7, sure. The Falcons have multiple picks. So if that happens, then you have Will Anderson or you have the dude from Texas Tech. Like you have options.
I would take the cornerback from Illinois, the cornerback from Oregon. That cornerback from Oregon, Gonzalez, kid's lights out, bro. I definitely would take him.
So him going to the Raiders, like he's been dubbed to the Raiders a lot. Like it was, especially after Jimmy G got signed, they were like, "Oh, that's a kid. We need that lockdown. You have to like look.
The Falcons could move up and take cornerback. Could move up and take. You're not giving up a lot of draft capital because you have a second round pick from the Matt Ryan trade. So you have a picks. Move up and take the best defender or pass rusher available. In my opinion,
I don't think you have to. Is what I'm saying. I just don't think you have to. So you have that draft, right? I think it's gonna be some fireworks. I think it'll be like you said, a trade.
Something's gonna happen.
when you're a team like the Falcons, you need a quarterback, right? Your need is.
But you don't know if you got one. You don't even know what you have. You gave the kid 4 starts. You roll with Mariota, sorry ass for 9 games, 10 games, man.
If he couldn't win the job for Mariota, they couldn't win the job.
I don't think that was the case because, bro, look at Mariota. I think I could probably go out there and compete right now with Mariota. That I'm just saying.
If that's the case, then Ridder should have.
I think it was more on the coaching staff, not. It's on a grooming type process they were trying to do. I don't think it had nothing to do with the talent, and no, I don't think. And defensively, you didn't even have the defense to play complementary football with the kid. So, kid go out there and score a touchdown, you go out there and give up 2. He's not going to be in no shootout, bro. He didn't even have the weapons last year to have a shootout. And then once Kyle Pitts got hurt, that was really a wrap. You can hang it up.
It's going to be interesting to see what they go for, man. Because
I hope they don't do it. I hope you don't even move the trade. I would be perfectly happy with that. If you go up there and get Broderick Jones or that tackle out of Ohio State, I can't pronounce his name.
You ain't got.
I agree, but you got to move up to get the best pass rusher or the best quarterback or the third. But you're gonna be getting the third best quarterback in the draft. Why do that?
But that may be. I don't think it's more about fit. Like when it comes to the NFL draft,
he does fit the system. I'm not gonna lie. He fits the system. I guess they see Jalen Hurts and they like, but it's not. Bro, I'm straight. I don't. If a guy completed 53% of passes in college where guys are open, I don't think he's gonna be too much better in the NFL when it comes to throwing guys open, my boy.
Look at Hurts right now. Don't get me wrong, Hurts.
No, wait, don't do that. That's disrespectful.
In college.
Yeah, because when he went to Oklahoma, he developed a passing game. When he went out there with Lincoln Riley, he did develop his passing game and timing and throwing through windows. He learned how to do that stuff with Lincoln Riley, and he got with the Tom Brady Passing Academy after that. He did all the right things, I think, to help himself get better.
He got coached up.
AR ain't did that.
Oh, AR.
Billy ain't coached nobody.
Billy, it's too late at that point. Like Billy, he's teaching him, but he's also like, all right, I'm coming into a building that's about to fall down.
Exactly. So I can't just focus.
I got to teach 18 different things. Exactly.
So Lincoln Riley it was a perfect setup. AR doesn't have that. AR ain't got that. But I ain't saying he can't get it. I'm not saying he can't get it.
He might get look at Mike Vick, right? Mike Vick situation. But then when he went to the Eagles and he got some quarterback coaching, he turned to a whole nother quarterback.
Time out. Hold up. Call the flag on that. Andy Reid done made every goddamn quarterback he had look good. Donovan McNabb was an MVP type quarterback in Andy Reid's system. Come on, bro. That ain't fair.
But he's
just like Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan. I keep going back to that. Matt Ryan had his best season ever under Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan made Brock Purdy
in college. Matt Ryan was that guy in college.
He made Brock Purdy look like he should have been the number 1 pick last year.
But that
was Kyle Shanahan doing it.
That's what good coaching does. So
I don't know if Arthur Smith can do that.
If AR goes to the right,
I'm not going to give Arthur Smith. I ain't giving Arthur Smith that kind of credit, bro. I'm not doing it.
No, at the Falcons.
Hell no. Now, if he do it, now don't get me wrong. You pick AR and you come in here and get that thing right like it's Philadelphia. Hey, man, what's up, Kels? KB's in the building. Kels, he the real KB. You didn't see he put Kel Brown on that thing. Just telling you, man. But no, I mean, bro, listen. I'm happy with the free agent moves the Falcons have made. They signed Jesse Bates, who I wanted from the jump. When I found out he was going to be a free agent. The defensive coordinator has brought in 2 of those New Orleans Saints players that he felt like he needed to bring in to help his team, help the team. So I do think they're better than the current players that we currently have on defense. So I like all the moves the Falcons have made so far, man. I like everything we've been doing. Oakland, y'all got Jimmy G. You know what I mean?
We're not in Oakland. We was in Vegas, boy.
Well, y'all playing like y'all in Oakland. Y'all ain't had a winning season in Vegas yet. So I ain't gonna call you Vegas
Hey,
until
well,
you.
don't call us Oakland. Oakland, we went to a Super Bowl.
Exactly. You ought to be more proud of that.
No, we need relevance.
Oh, now because you over there where the money reside, you feel like you good.
Hey man, I never wanted to go to Vegas.
Well, what's up?
But
We're gonna go to Vegas for a game next year. What's happening?
I'll see. I got to go to Vegas next year for my anniversary. And Vegas is
But that ain't football season. That's during now. That's
yeah,
y'all anniversary just passed a few days ago. Happy anniversary too, my boy.
appreciate it. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's a tick. If I get lucky,
Oh
if I
man,
get
the
lucky,
football games don't even be that expensive out there, boy. For real.
no,
That
it's not.
it's second. It's second. That's something to do out there besides football. That ain't
Oh
even
yeah, I've
the
been there.
priority.
I've
So
been.
that
But no. I mean, look, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm still trying to get to the swamp.
oh shit, don't nobody care about that shit. You need to go back to
So,
the swamp when they start winning. This ain't the time to go. The tickets on Groupon right now. You might be right. You might be able to go for free. Somebody might give you a ticket walking down the street over there. So
and they give me a flight too. I'll be happy. And a hotel. But yeah, man.
that
So
boy crazy.
the Raiders, we did. It was respectable free agency.
I mean, you signed
We
Jimmy
got
G.
we signed Jimmy G. I'm not mad at getting Jimmy G. He's going back with Josh McDaniel. We know he knows the system like the back of his hand. Hopefully he remembers the system because
And he has probably this is the best wide receiver core he probably had. Well, you lost
sure.
Waller. You lost
Uh-huh.
Waller. So you just
We
got
lost
Adams.
Waller,
I don't
but
even why did you lose Waller though? Can you
I think
elaborate that? Why is Waller in New York?
injury issues and so injury durability, and it might have been some in the side. It might have been some issues between him and the coach type thing. Where
I heard he
that
didn't
comes
get
into play
invited
as
to
well.
I heard y'all didn't invite coach to the wedding, and after that he traded that man. That's what I
Oh yeah,
heard
I
now.
saw
Just tell you what I
that.
heard.
I
Just
saw
tell you
that.
what I heard.
It's possible, man. I mean, look, Darren Waller, we know what he's like at his best, but we haven't seen him in like almost 2 seasons.
That man
So
got hurt at the end of last year.
I don't like him being traded. I mean, I would take an 80% Darren Waller over a lot of these other tight ends, but
I fool with Darren Waller, bro. My
yeah, I like
one of my homeboys I grew up with is his tattoo artist out here in Atlanta. He literally come out here, they be on live, and you see Darren Waller sitting in all that ink Darren Waller got. My partner did it. So yeah.
what's dude name?
Oh boy. Ink by Cali. That's his name. Ink by
Oh,
Cali.
no, I know a dude Slim who did mine. He be doing all the ATL guys too. But yeah, like I'm not mad at it. Jimmy G, he's a winner. Does he need a good defense around him? Absolutely. And this is going to be interesting because this will be the first time he's played without a good defense, because when he's with the Patriots, he
Yeah,
was
he
good.
had a good defense.
So
With San Francisco, they had a good defense. Yeah.
they said he won 10. He was 10-2 and didn't throw any touchdowns. So it's one of the things, man. I don't know what Jimmy G we're going to get. We know he's good for a pick or two in a game, just being Jimmy G, but he also can drive you down the field.
He can
I
get the
think he's
job done. I think bro can get the job
done.
done. I
I
agree
think
with
he's a
that.
good
Is he
game
better
day.
than Derek Carr? Did you upgrade? Let me ask you that.
Ability, no. Knowledge of the system and comfortability with the coach, yes.
Okay. So you said
Because
not a better player, but a better situation.
we have right. So Carr is a better player, but Jimmy G, he knows the system. He trusts Josh McDaniels. That communication is there. They already have that rapport, and I think that was a lot to do with it when it came to McDaniels and Carr. That Carr had a way that he's like, "Yo, this is my team," and Josh McDaniels like, "Nah, this is my team. You're gonna do it my way. I don't care what you know what I'm saying." And sometimes you have that oil water mix, and it's just especially between the head coach and the quarterback. And with McDaniels being the type of coordinator he is and play caller, all he had to work with was Jimmy G and Tom Brady. So like they know him, they trust. So you get that in there. You get that that type of thing. We have a good O line. You know, our right tackle said we about to have the best tackle tandem in the league. I'm like, hold up,
Yeah.
kid.
So now,
But we got
London Collins said that last year for the Cincinnati Bengals, and now they signed Orlando Brown to a huge contract to take his job. So yeah, you got to be careful, man. them tackles go to talking.
yeah, but so it'll be interesting. I think we got better. I think we signed a D tackle and a linebacker.
So you got as like your winner in free agency and your loser in free agency, like your two teams that one is a winner, one is a loser, based off the moves they've made so far in free agency.
Loser got to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, they got yeah. You know what? You might be right, and I'm gonna say this because they cut Zeke. Tony Pollard has an ACL or an ankle injury or something like that. You haven't got Dak any new weapons, but you strengthen the defense, I guess, right? So now you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
Stephon Gilmore, but
you're gonna lose 10-9 instead of 12-9. So I guess that's a positive somewhere, but nah, I'm not. I didn't really feel what the Cowboys did, man. Cowboys not really. Nah, I'm straight. Cowboys didn't really do enough to me. I feel like you should have got somebody in there to kind of help Dak out, man. Maybe go get you a difference maker at tight end. Do something to kind of help push the needle or move the needle on your offense. And I don't think that they've done that. I think they're going to push and run right back out there with the same people that they've been running back out there with. And I think you'll get the same results that you've been getting. I mean, that's just me. Yeah, Saints are always losers in my book. I agree. I don't care what the Saints do. They can sign every free agent in the world. They're still going to be losers to me. So, yes, I agree.
But yeah, I think the Cowboys, the Broncos, I think the Broncos went kind of heavy. I think they're winners. They kind of shored up their O line, which was a major issue. They got some weapons. You know, no,
they still got Russell Wilson and Sierra at quarterback.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of big names.
Oh shit, I'm straight.
But
I'm straight. I'm good. As long as they still got Russell Wilson. Did you see Sierra that showing them good? Is that award show?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now listen, I understand that was the event. All the women had on something kind of similar. And I ain't going for it. I'm not going for it, KB. I ain't going for it.
Hey, man. At the end of the day.
Some stuff we got to leave at the house.
At the end of the day, he going
for it. So we'll just leave it at that. He going for it. He going for it.
Another team who did I think pretty well. The Jets. I think the Jets, they potentially getting Aaron Rodgers.
I'm about to say, have they got Rodgers yet?
We'll see.
Until you get Rodgers, I can't do nothing for you, my boy. Cause get what?
Now the losers, Patriots. Oh my God, did they sign anybody? They lost.
I thought the Pats made some moves on the first day of free agency. Let me see. I don't know. I think the Pats made a few moves. I don't think that they were losers. I would have called the Eagles losers, and I probably still will. They lost a lot of people, but I will say that the Eagles have, you know what I'm saying? They signed back a couple of guys, but losing losing the safety.
They didn't lose him yet.
Well, I mean, he ain't re-signed yet. So what we saying?
Hey, they almost lost Slay. They may have the best cornerback core in the league. Slay.
That's all I know.
Maddox
is not that guy. Now they did sign Greedy. They signed Greedy, but from what I hear from the Browns inside people, Greedy, he wasn't really doing too much. But look at the Patriots though. The Patriots signed Juju. I can't call them losers, man. They got Juju. They got Jonathan Jones. They got the right tackle, and they got James Robinson, the running back from the Jackson. What he played with? Jacksonville. I think the Patriots did all right. I mean, compared to what they lost, I think they did all right.
Yeah, it's gonna it's I think it's a lot of teams are really going younger. I think what we're used to seeing is teams load up on veteran presence. They're going after that proven guy that might be 28, 27,
The
29.
New York Giants have made some moves though, bro.
Yeah, they did. But
They,
I think a lot of teams are going younger because these guys coming out now, the development track isn't as long as it used to be. Like these guys are coming out ready. Like you look at guys like Chase, Jefferson came out smoking.
yeah,
Quarterbacks, Joe Burrow came out smoking. Athletes like Fields came out smoking. Defensive guys, Thibodeau smoking. You know what I'm saying? Parsons, he came out rookie year smoking. So I think a lot of teams are like, yo, you know, we're gonna go young, because like why not? You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
think that's why you see a lot of big names still available for free agency, because guys are winning contracts that typically they would get, but the market this year, if you don't play O line, you ain't really getting. I mean, if you don't play linemen like D line, O
O
line,
lines, yeah. Them boy got
you
the
ain't really
bag. They
eating this
gave the
year.
big boys the bags this year. I will say
You
that.
ain't you ain't really eating this year, because I mean, you look at it. That's been the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl to the Bucks because of their O line being out, injured, sick. That's why. You look, Joe Burrow got injured, didn't go to Super Bowl. Why? Because O line. Rams won the Super Bowl because their D line.
Yeah.
Philly in the Super Bowl because their D line. Like,
And O line. Their O line
yeah,
was dominant, man. They couldn't handle Chris Jones, but their O line was pretty good all year long. Philly had
yeah.
one of the top O lines all year. So no, I agree. That's why I'm glad the Falcons invested in the offensive line this offseason. Like you gotta pay those big guys to keep people off your quarterback. Pay those big guys to open up lanes for your running backs. Hey man, we show love to the big guys, my boy.
Hey man, they get paid, man. They pay off all the jokes and conditioning and strength and conditioning and all that and running laps. It pay off in the NFL. You get that check. You feel me? And these guys not coming in out of shape. Like these dudes coming in, 6'6".
But I say Chris Jones. Chris
330
Jones cut
with
up.
abs.
Chris Jones cut up. I mean, Broderick Jones cut up in Georgia. He the best
Yeah.
offensive lineman in the draft, bro.
CJ
If the Falcons are moving up to take Broderick Jones from Lithonia, Georgia, I'd flip out. That'll be perfect.
move up to get him, because I don't think he's gonna be the number one. Well, he might be. I don't know.
You
man.
need
It's
to
a lot
stop.
of-
You just be hating on Kirby in
No,
Georgia.
no. I'm not
You know
saying
he's
that.
the first tackle going off the board. Stop this.
No, I was about to say I don't know the kid from Ohio State, man.
He's way better than that kid from Ohio State. That kid from Ohio State, go back and look at the national championship game and look at both of those guys.
I hear you. But for some reason, they don't be drafted like that. Like it don't be.
You
Like
crazy? Thomas went number 1 overall.
I mean, but he had years of.
That's what Broderick been. But listen, I understand. Will stepped on that flag back there behind you in the last few years. So I get it. You don't want to see. I get it. You don't want to see a Georgia Bulldog name called at the beginning of the draft. I understand.
I can care less.
Yes, you do. Because I care. I care a whole lot.
Yeah, you
because in recruiting, it helps recruiting. You know that. So when they get up there and Kirby be sitting up there hugging their mama and hugging their daughters and hugging the big guys, and they sit there and embrace and hold them, and they be like, Coach, this ain't wouldn't happen because of you. Them kids, them high schoolers be watching. You know they watching. You know they don't come to Georgia because they want to be up there. They can see themselves up there, Kirby with their mama, and everybody waving as they walk up there to hug the commissioner and go number 1. And that's what we're going to see. I know Jalen Carter, he kind of messed it up. We really were going to have the number 1 overall, like back to back. Because, Trayvon Walker went last year.
I still don't think he would have been number 1 pick.
You crazy. What?
Bro, it's not about talent. It's about need.
You crazy. If he didn't have that, the Bears would have picked him number 1 overall. The Bears wouldn't even change that. If he would have had all this stuff going on and then a bad draft pro day, the Bears would have drafted that boy
what they
number
got
1.
from the Panthers, No Vaseline. I'd have look. I think anybody would have took that. You'd be like, wait, what? You want to give me? It's one of them things that was like, hey, I'm gonna give you these picks, and they're like, no, throwing DJ Moore too, and a pick in 2025. They're like, fine. You like, okay, call it in right now. That's that Madden trade that you like. Oh, you agree? Post it right now, please. Post it. I don't want you to change your mind.
But between the Saints and what they did with the Philadelphia last year and giving them all them picks, and then the Panthers and their stupidity with how they managed their draft and their picks, the future really looks bright for the Falcons in the NFC South. I would say that. It just looks bright. Yeah. They got Baker Mayfield over there in Tampa Bay throwing the football, so I'm definitely not worried about them.
Ooh, he better not win that job over Kyle Trask.
Oh, well, you know what? They paid him $8 million, so he could lose that job. That's not $8 million. We paid Tyler Heinicke 2 years, $20 million. So that tells you what they think about Baker Mayfield if they gave him a 1 year, $8.7 million contract. Like, come on, bro. You could have probably you could have been the backup somewhere else for that much.
I mean, he a journeyman. That's gonna be his. He'll never be a.
This is last shot, my boy. This it for Baker Mayfield.
I mean, he'll be a career backup. You know, he'll float around. He's good enough to come in, win you 4 or 5 games if need be. You know, he'd be like, oh man, like a Jacoby Brissett. Like Jacoby is not. He starts if somebody gets hurt. And
that's true.
What it is. I mean,
did he get picked up?
He did. He is the backup for. He's in Philly. Is not in Philly.
No, Philly got Marcus Mariota. I had Philly fans telling me how good he was going to be in that system. I was okay.
I mean, he might.
I don't wish injury on nobody, but I promise you.
Oh, he's with the Commanders.
If Philadelphia gets a taste of Mariota from 2 games, they're going to run his ass up out of there. When he goes to throwing from his back and throwing them up behind his back, they're going to be like, oh, hell nah, bro. You got it.
I think people really underestimate the decision-making of Jalen Hurts. They look at he's so quick, be like, oh, he ran. Oh, look how he do the ball. Yeah, he can throw and run. But his decision-making when that happens is very, very quick. Very quick. It's probably one of the best in the league. So you can't. That's the difference because Mariota may sit back there 2 seconds too long.
Lord have mercy.
And yeah, man,
or throw that more 10 yards over the receiver head, or 5 yards behind the receiver, or skip the pass to him like we playing cricket. It's all kind. When he throw the ball, my boy, put it like this: a completion is the last thing you think gonna happen, and that's horrible. when Marcus Mariota drop back and throw the ball, a completion is the last thing you think gonna happen. That's bad, bro.
That's funny as hell, though. But yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. I think the Vikings are setting themselves up for a pick at wide receiver. I really feel that Minnesota is probably going to get. I don't know if they're going to move up, but I think they're going to get Njigba, Smith, or Addison.
I would take my. I would probably. I like that boy Travion Johnson out of TCU.
I think he'll be going by then because looking at it, the Falcons don't need a wide receiver. Y'all signed shout out to y'all signing a fast wide receiver. Free agency. Y'all signed who the Falcons signed?
We ain't signed no damn wide receiver.
Yes.
We need one, bro. We ain't signed one. Unless you see somebody I have not seen. We have not signed the wide receivers. Darius Slayton went back to the Giants.
No, who? Let me see.
Bro, we ain't signed no wide receiver, my boy. I've been waiting on it. Unless you see somebody. DJ Clark is the one I've been tagging them in to sign, but who am I? I'm just trying to connect some dots. Thielen did walk. Now that shocked me. I didn't think Thielen was going to get cut like that. Brandon Cooks, he's a good wide receiver, but he wants a lot of money. I think he's looking for a new contract, and not really willing to pay him like that. Yeah, Falcons haven't signed a wide receiver though, boy.
I thought y'all signed a wide receiver. Man.
Nope. Dalvin Cook went to, where did he go to?
You said Dalvin Cook, the Vikings running back?
Yeah, I don't think he's there no more. I think he signed somewhere else.
No.
He signed Cook. Yeah, so DJ Chark, I'll take him. I think we should definitely go after DJ Chark if I'm the Falcons. That's it for us wide receivers, bro. I don't really see too many wide receivers that I'm looking at like, So yeah, I don't know what Kevin's talking about, but
yeah. No, they're talking about potentially him being traded to Miami.
Damn, Miami building a super team right there. Jalen Carter.
Hey man,
that shit never works, and you still ain't gonna beat Pat Mahomes. So
who gonna throw them the ball?
Oh, concussion tour.
I mean, I know the optics of replacing him.
Go get Lamar. Go get Lamar, Miami. That'll be the team, my boy. What do you think Lamar ended up playing? You think he's gonna play with Baltimore next year?
No.
You don't think so? You think that's over with?
Yeah, I think that's done. I think what's going to happen is they're going to start the negotiations of like a trade. Like behind the scenes, they'll call and be like, "Hey, I want to go here. You know, let me get the 2 picks." Da da da. Or somebody. You know, I think it'll happen. I don't see a team giving up a lot for Lamar, and that's the thing. I just don't think. I think the Ravens are treating him like shit, and I think they got him. They got him by the gonads, man, and there's nothing you can really do. Lamar's really nothing Lamar can do. Like, I mean, you can sit out, but isn't the rule if you decide to sit out on your deal that they can tag you twice? Like, so I mean, it's potentially 2 seasons. Man, you know, it's just like
it's a bad situation, my boy.
Yeah, man. But he's not the only player on that non-restrictive deal. It's like it's a few of them on that non-exclusive contract that's not, you know, being negotiated and things like that. But man, I don't know who's going to give up.
Yeah, I think he'll end up playing under the tag. Honestly, I think he'll play under the tag that 1 year, and then the year after that, you can't tag him again if he plays. I think he'll be done. I think he does get on the field though with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, will he play all 17 games, 16 games? I don't know. Will he have a phantom injury somewhere at the end of the season like he did last year? I say phantom injury, but you know, injury that just won't quite heal toward the end of the season and be like, oh yeah, I don't even think I can play. Probably, I'm sure. Because you got to think. Look at this. They were leading the division at 8-4 before he got hurt. Leading the division. If he plays the last 2 games, one of the last 2 games and wins those games, they're in the playoffs. They go in as a division leader or wild card, whatever. But the fact that he was leading the division with Joe Burrow in it before he got hurt, that should tell you, with no wide receiver help, because you got to remember, Rashad Bateman was hurt all year long. He was out there throwing the backup tight ends for a minute because Andrews was out too. And he was still 8-4 with no running back. DK Dobbins hurt. Like, come on, bro. They signed Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, I say all that to say, pay the man. Pay him, bro. Baltimore need to pay him, bro. Just cut the check. But offering him 3 years, $133 million fully guaranteed, and him declining, I don't really know what to say about that. If that's true. If it's $133 million over 3 years Why not take that guaranteed money over the first 2 years and then re-up? You can re-up on that second year.
Right. I
If
don't
that
know.
was the case, if they offered him that, I feel like he had a bad he made a bad financial decision. If they offered him legitly $133 million over 3 years, fully guaranteed, like all of it, and he turned that down, and he need to fire his agent.
Himself,
He need to fire his agent.
his mama.
He need to
Woo!
fire. He need to fire his agent. I don't care if that's yourself. I don't care if that's your mama. I don't care if that's a third party arbitrator. Whoever turned that deal down for you, they need to be fired. Because it gave you what you wanted. It gave you a fully guaranteed contract. And again, you can re-up after 2 years. You ain't even got to play that final year in that deal and come on and get that money back.
I think this injury that he got brought him down to reality on some, man, if this happened again, am I only worth 133 million?
Listen,
No, sir, you're not.
You're only worth what you worth what they're willing to pay. That's what you worth. You are worth what someone is willing to pay. You ain't worth whatever you put your own value on something. Hell, I can say I'm worth X, Y, and Z, but if they ain't gonna pay me X, Y, and Z, I don't have that value. So Lamar, they're telling you 133 million over 3 years. What is that? Dude, let me do the math real quick. Take that 3. That's 40. 44 million, $44.5 million. $44.5 million over 3 years.
Man, yeah,
you gotta take that. That's a bad financial advice, bro. When you can take that for 2 years, you can get 44, then we come back, Lamar, and we renegotiate. Especially if you show out in these 2 years. Let's say if you win another MVP. Let's say if you win a playoff game, get to an AFC championship or a Super Bowl.
I don't think he wants to be with them. I really don't think he wants to be with them.
Yeah. Call a spade, yeah.
I don't think he wants to play with the Ravens. And I don't blame him.
I agree.
It's not the best situation for his body. Like any quarterback going to the Ravens.
But any quarterback going in that situation, you're going to play. When they build that type of offense around you, but that's what Lamar needs to be successful. I mean, you can say that. I mean, Lamar, okay, we can send Lamar to Oakland. Let's see what he do out there in Josh McDaniels' system.
No.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So Lamar, it goes both ways. You're going to have a team that wants you, a team that's going to be willing to change their whole offense properly for you and still pay you the kind of money you want and be able to not really bring in the pieces around you. You got to really have a coach that can develop. Like, you got to have a Philadelphia Nick Sirianni type coach. Just being honest. Well, look at Jalen Hurts. But now, are you going to be able to pay Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith sitting out there?
Yeah, that's why I think they haven't signed Chauncey Gardner. And Woody's up. Hurts is up for contract, not this year, next year, right?
You better get him. You better go ahead and extend him now, because if you let him come back and he do what he did again last year, again this year,
if you want to pay him, 45, 50 million, I'd rather take a year off, because then you let some contracts fall off. You don't have to. You can do the extension. He can still play through the end of his contract next year, but the extension's already in place. So I'm not saying give it to him this year. No, you still gonna play that rookie deal. You still getting $5 million next year. Because remember, you're a second round pick, so you don't even have that extra first year on him like that. Oh yeah, true.
So you gotta pay him. You don't have that 5th year option.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, but clearly this year it's fine. They probably do something towards later on. That's probably why they haven't been very aggressive in free agency, because they just bought back Kelsey. They on a 1-year deal. They bought Fletch back on a 1-year deal, which is a heavy front. It's like, so where it's not going to count towards the next year's contract.
Yeah.
So you have guys like Slay, who's probably like a 1-year guarantee type thing. He's 3 years, but like maybe 1 year is fully guaranteed. Now you have guys who are just potentially disposable. Brandon Graham, you know what I'm saying, or Hargrave, whichever one. One of them came back on a 1-year deal. So a lot of the big contracts for the Philly are potential guys you can leave off. Lane Johnson, his contract is crazy, but he'll be like 31. You could potentially trade him. You sign, especially if you get 2 old linemen this year. You get Osiris Torrance. You get one of those tackles with those picks. You know what I'm saying? So Brandon Graham. I know one of them, the D lineman, re-signed with Fletcher. So yeah, I mean, if you build O-line for the future, then you know Kelsey's going next year. Probably Lane's going next year. And you got 2 replacements. Boom, rookie deals. Boom.
It don't even seem fair that Hargraves in San Francisco, my boy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they spent a lot. They gave him a lot.
Yeah, they did give him a bag. Now I wouldn't have gave him no bag like that. But
if it was a Texans or something like a bum, I get it. Yeah, it was Brandon Graham. I knew it was one of them. One of the old heads came back. Yeah, man, I'm surprised that they gave him that much money. I was like, he got what? But the numbers support it.
You gotta overpay in free agency, my boy. You gotta overpay in free agency. That's just the way of the NFL. You ain't got no choice. It's free agency. Yeah, you gotta overpay. Yeah, you gotta overpay. It is what it is.
So we have a list of like free agents still available, right? And offense looks pretty mid.
Yeah, I didn't see really no offensive players out there.
You got Matt Ryan, he's going to retire.
Woo! Teddy Bridgewater. No, he said he's not retiring. He did say that he came out and said that.
Sit down somewhere,
boy. Tell you what the man said, man.
Go somewhere, boy.
Y'all were telling me Matt Ryan was MVP material when he was going there last year. Now you telling him to go retire.
Carson Wentz might be just out of a job.
Carson Wentz trash. He don't deserve no damn job.
Running backs, Zeke
could get picked up. I think Zeke could get picked up. I think he will.
He just got released. He'll get picked up, but it's crazy because last year he worked a team-friendly deal for him to stay, and they still released him.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be mad when these players be like, F y'all, I want my money, because the league will do you dirty.
Cut your ass quick.
Yeah, he's going to be picked up. Hey, man, don't be surprised to go to the Bills. Don't be surprised if you go somewhere like the Spiller guy, like the
he might be motivated too. Now y'all don't cut me, man. Zeke might come in there with that crop top again. Y'all know when crop top Zeke was at, he was killing at Ohio State.
Hey, don't be surprised if he goes to teams like that, Tennessee.
To play with Derrick Henry.
Well, they trying to trade Derrick Henry.
They ain't trading nobody. The Titans are one of the worst ran damn organizations I've seen in a long time too. How you gonna trade Derrick Henry? What tickets you gonna sell? Who the hell wanted to see the Titans without Derrick Henry?
I don't want to see the Titans with Derrick Henry.
Exactly. You don't even want to see the Titans with damn Derrick Henry. You gonna trade him?
Mecole Hardman's a free agent.
Yeah, the Falcons. I don't know what. Listen, I done tagged the Falcons and Mecole in the same tweet the last 2 days. What y'all waiting on? What we waiting on? What are we waiting on, Mecole?
Mecole, DJ Chark.
Those two should be in Falcon uniform. DJ Chark and Mecole Hardman with Drake London. That's bro. What are we talking? And Kyle Pitts. What are we talking about? I'm gonna call Terry today. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna call Terry.
Foster Moreau. I would love to see Foster Moreau come back to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Irv Smith Jr. is good. Austin Hooper.
Yeah,
he's a good.
Austin Hooper decent. He got hands like a brick on third down, but he all right.
Dalton Schultz. I think he's a solid team.
He's still a free agent. Yikes! He probably should have stayed in Dallas. He probably
bring Julio back his last year.
Bring him back well.
To Atlanta for his last year.
Hell no. He go back to Alabama. He ain't going back to Atlanta. Nah, hell no. XFL needs some help. Alabama got a team. Birmingham. Go on over there, my boy. Go on over there to Birmingham. My boy, I'm straight. If he come back, you know what? He can sign one of them one-day deals, to retire. I'm all for that. One-day deal. Come on back. Put that number 11 up.
Let him mentor.
Nah. I don't want him. You know how Terrell Owens mentored his ass. So no, I'm straight. No, my boy.
All right, but this defensive list is kind of lit. Yeah, Bobby Wagner is available.
I'm surprised he didn't go back to Seattle or with the Cowboys. The Cowboys were talking about getting him, but
they re-signed Vander Esch.
They did. Well, they chose Vander Esch over Wagner.
Yeah, he's been a proven commodity on your team.
He's not been better than Bobby Wagner.
he hasn't been good. He
On
hasn't been
his best day today, he's not
on
better
an
than
individual
Matthew Wagner.
basis. No, but he's been in the system. He knows everything. You know,
Okay,
your linebacker pay last year wasn't bad if you're them. Jadeveon Clowney,
I'm straight.
Clown. I don't
I
know what he's
pass. I'm good. I'm not giving bro. We on 13, 15, 18 million dollars for 2 sacks. Hell no. I'm straight.
Leonard Floyd
Who?
available. Leonard Floyd.
I take him.
pass
Oh
rusher.
yeah. He's a
Frank,
walking 6 to 8 sacks. I can take that. Yeah.
Frank Clark.
I take him too. I like Frank.
Sean Murphy Bunting
Yeah.
from
Yeah. I like
Tampa.
that.
Shaquille Griffin. I'll get him.
He had that 1 year. Only reason I would get him, is that hold on, that's the one with one hand or two.
No, that's the cornerback that was in Jacksonville.
So okay, so his brother, because the other one
Yeah.
didn't have but one hand. I don't.
He's out the league.
Okay, yeah. Good story, great story, great. But you can't play cornerback for me with one hand.
No, he was a outside linebacker with one hand.
I need you to get interceptions, my boy. I'm
He
straight.
used to get him.
Yeah.
Right. Marcus Peters available. If I need a nice nickel, free agent, maybe go to free safety.
He's coming off an ACL injury though. That's probably the only reason why he's still there.
Yeah. CJ Garner-Johnson. I just think he's I think he's weighing his options.
He really waiting on Philly. He want to go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But if they can't get the money right, then it is what it is, my boy. Come on when you can get that check. Because I know who got a bag still.
Trying to tell you.
Still got a bag over there.
That would be a mean safety room.
You got Jesse Bates. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, get that bag, CJ. Come on. You see it. Come on.
Rock Ya-Sin. Death. Ronald Darby, same death. Taylor Rapp.
Darby, you know what? Darby's all right. Darby's pretty good. Would I have him as one of my starting cornerbacks? Probably not. But like you said, a nickel or inside cornerback or a dime package type cornerback, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm just going through the list. I ain't going to read everybody. Byron Jones. He retired, right?
I'm not sure.
Wasn't he talking about it? He was like,
I think so.
No. I'm thinking the dude from Miami. Byron Jones is with he was with the Arizona Cardinals last year. I think he'll get picked up. Trey Flowers, Bud Dupree, maybe.
I'm surprised that he got cut because he had just got signed last year. Then they let him go.
There's always the easiest ones. I think Terrell Edmonds. I think he got picked up, didn't he? Then he going to the Bears.
Yeah.
Denzel Perriman, John Johnson, Yannick Ngakoue. Man,
he was so promising coming out of Jacksonville. You know what I mean? At first, coming out of Jacksonville, we were talking about getting him, and I wanted him at one point. And then last year, I think he signed with the Colts, and it just didn't happen.
He got traded to the Colts. Yeah,
it just didn't happen. So
a lot of guys were injured, man. Like the Colts defense, they were riddled with injuries last year. It was crazy. Like they're top.
The linebacker had a back surgery or back injury.
Okirik. Oh yeah, they Okirik, whatever his name. He's on a new team now. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Colts, look. They didn't really make no noise either.
That's Jacksonville division for the next 5 to 6 years, my boy. I hate to say it because again, Tennessee was in position to kind of run that thing for a minute, but Malik Willis was not who they thought he was. So with him having the inability to actually throw the football, period, like bro can't even throw screen passes. Like, it's a good dollar. So I think Tennessee is going to rebuild soon and just kind of restart and refresh it. I mean, still got a good defense. You got Jeffrey Simmons and some of those guys out there. You got probably Bird, the best safety in the league, maybe one of. So they got pieces in Tennessee. It's not enough on the offensive side. You got Ryan Tannehill, and he's throwing.
I mean, they don't have any wide receivers. They don't have.
They got Trayvon Burks. Don't do that.
They have nobody. And then their running game, like their offense is built on, they're going to give Derek the ball.
I knew that boy wasn't going to be no good when he had that big belt buckle on and them cowboy boots on draft night. I said, oh. Tennessee got them a bust.
That boy couldn't get through. That boy couldn't get through summer workout, mini camp, rookie mini camp. I said, bro,
But you wear
ain't got
cowboy
it
boots
back.
all your life. Your feet ain't gonna be good enough to be in no damn NFL shoes and run. That's why he ran like a 4.5. Damn cowboy boots on. Boy, come on,
You
boy.
can't have a receiver like that be your main guy. Like
He can be tight end, but
he can be. He
my
can be
tight
a
end can wear
second
cowboy
guy.
boots. My wide receiver cannot wear cowboy boots on his leisure and off days. He cannot be my wide receiver. I need my wide receiver in a tracksuit, jumpsuit, you know what I'm saying? Some goddamn some Jordan 1s on or something.
Air Max or something.
Yeah, this man walk around here with some damn snake skin cowboy boots with the spinner on the back. He knew damn well
with a toe curl.
skinny toe too, like the long pointed one, like his name Pedro. Like, but you knew he wasn't gonna do that.
Look, what they call them? They call them rope steppers in the corner. You know, get them the only shoe that fit in the corner right there.
Rope skillers, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
this draft is gonna. The draft is getting deeper and deeper when you can position. I think before, like you would see the cream of the crop was in the first 2 rounds.
Yep.
But man, like the last 2-3 years, when you look at guys who's being getting drafted 5th, 4th, 5th round, it be guys that
Brock Purdy is the last guy in the draft,
and he's solid. Like, look at like the Bills. They're they got Kaiir Elam 1st round, but their 5th, 6th round corner was the one that was balling this year. Like,
yeah,
it's amazing. Like these. Because first of all, these kids coming out of high school are in shape. They're strong. They're big. It's physical. They're everything. Yep. Then they're going to college. And a lot of these, call it what you want, a lot of these SEC players are like crazy, especially when you're getting like certain players. Like if I'm getting an O lineman, Big Ten boys, SEC tackles, you know what I'm saying? Anybody on the Big Ten line, they're ready day one. Some D2 guys ready D1. Cornerbacks.
Yeah, they coming out balling, bro. It don't matter what school you going to, really. Pac-12, the quarterbacks coming. Sauce, look at Sauce out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, like it's crazy, and like it's ACC. They be bringing linebackers. They big on defense. Like, I mean, these guys are coming.
Watch your boy Brian. What's his name? Bryce or whatever. Watch him in the draft. He might be one of those. I can say sleep. He's being slept on right now, but he fits that NFL that Max Crosby.
He's the number 2.
But he ain't getting no love. Ain't nobody talking about him.
They're not. It's one of them things to where they're not talking a lot about him because you have Jalen Carter, but they aren't talking about any of the D tackles. It's always pass rushers on the edge. The D tackles don't get love, but then you see them going 10, 12.
I think he is more of a pass rusher than a defensive lineman to me.
Yes, Bresee gets busy.
He's going to get your quarterback.
Yes. Bresee, he may be the first, depending on how they look at Jalen Carter. Bresee will be the first 2 off the board. Then after that, you're looking at the kid from Iowa. He's kind of undersized, probably move him to the outside. You have Javon Dexter, who his athleticism probably moves him up a little bit higher. They got the kid from Baylor. It's some guys, man, that's gonna get their name called 1st round, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I forgot about because that's just how it is. Like there's gonna be guys that getting their name called.
Georgia got some late round guys, man. I think we're gonna be able to get in there. They're gonna make some noise like Kenny McIntosh and some guys out there in the secondary. Keely Ringo.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be and I don't think they're gonna be on some late picks, man. The kid out of FAMU, I can't believe his name. Isaiah.
Don't give me the line.
Jesus. But pass rusher out of at FAMU, he might go like third round, 2nd, 3rd round. Kid, Isaiah Landing or something like that. Jackson State, Aubrey Miller, his linebacker, because he saw what James Houston did.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's guys, man, that can ball. It's gonna be an interesting draft, man. Like usually the first night, 2nd day, you know, you be like, all right.
And I do not think Toe to Toe will be on for the draft, but we might do some reels, some short. We might come back the next day and talk about it. But that draft night is too long, my boy. We was on that thing for like what 3-4 hours, I think, just trying to get through the first round. And it was like, bro, this crazy. So I can't promise y'all boys and gals that we're gonna be on that thing for Toe to Toe draft edition, but we might come back that next morning and talk about what happened that night. But whoa.
Yeah, bro, that was
tough last year.
Hey, they got pitch 15. It's been 2 hours. Yeah, but yeah, man. Look, we gotta get ready to get up out of here, man.
That's right, man. We out.
Next week. I think we got a special guest coming on.
Yeah, we got some. So we're gonna switch it up, man. We got some people coming on. It's an art show here in Atlanta, man. I have the links. We'll be posting up. We got send KB the info for the flyer. They sent me everything. They got it on their Eventbrite. So it's like an official event, man. I'm gonna let them come on and kind of tell us about the art show, tell us what they got going on with the art, the message behind the art, how they got started with the art, and yeah, man, just kind of help put their event out there, man, see if we can help them. And you know, we get some Toe to Toe art going on. You never know.
You know, I need something in the crib.
Hey, Coach, I see Coach and Coach Reed dropped those shirts for the coaches. And I don't know if you seen my comment, but he was like, "Yeah, Toe to Toe got you a shirt." I was like, "That's what I need, Coach. I'm coming to McEachern. Damn it."
Yeah, man, just give me one. Just send it in the mail, man. I'll wear it. I need a cent. That's it.
But look,
but we're gonna be back next week, man. Normal time. Normal everything, and get to it, man. We out of here.
Finish my drink right at the show end. That's what I'm talking about. All right, my boy, we out.